Well, good day everybody. Welcome back to the High Desert Garden. So, for those of you who have been following my videos, you know that I'm fertilizing my grass, my lawn. I'm fertilizing it organically this year. And it's quite a project. It's going very well so far. But the soil, in particular in my front yard, which I haven't shown you guys yet, the soil is very depleted. It has pretty much no color to it. It's hard. There's clay. Dry, hard, packed clay. Essentially, I have two trees. Larger trees, and about 6 or 8 evergreen arborvitaes, which are about 12 feet tall. So, and the front yard is quite small, so all of those trees in that one area, there's roots. When I was putting in a sprinkler system, just kind of a little makeshift sprinkler system that I did, I had to dig, probably 20 feet of trench, or a little ditch, and there was just roots from trees everywhere. So you couldn't dig without having to cut roots, and every time you put your shovel in the ground. So that just goes to show you how many of these tree roots are running through that yard, and they're very close to the surface of the soil because of the fact that number one, the soil is so depleted. They're competing with the grass for nutrients, and it's also very hard. And the lava rock that we have around here probably isn't that far. There probably isn't very much soil at all before you hit that hard lava rock. In some areas, you may have 8 inches of soil and then lava rock, or you may have 3 feet of soil and then lava rock, just depending on how the lava flowed through here and that sort of thing. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and give you just a sneak peek of the front yard right now. I'm doing this from inside because it's kind of overcast and windy. If you saw my video previous to this one, I'm filming both of these today, and it was pretty windy when I filmed that first video, and it's colder and windier than it was then. So we're gonna stay inside and stay warm here. So let me just give you a peek here. Alright, so there is a big what is that, like aspen, and I've also got a bush that's behind that pole, and that's one of those fire bushes, and it's put out quite a few roots as well. And this is a ornamental plum tree, which looks nice and produces, I guess, what you might call compost plums. And there are all the arborvitaes there. So I've still got a lot of work to do on the front yard. Since I purchased this house about 3 years ago, I've been concentrating primarily on the backyard. I have got so many projects going, it's unbelievable. But anyway, you can see the grass is looking very well. The compost and steer manure has been a good fertilizer. If I'm going to improve the conditions of the soil, I need to add more organic matter than what the trees and the grass actually need. So I need to add more organic fertilizer. I need to add more organic matter. I was watching a video, trying to remember whose video it was now, and I can't, so sorry. Anyways, they did a video on this fish fertilizer. I know a lot of you guys use this, so this is nothing new to you guys. But I have used this to fertilize my plants and so forth. And it does pretty good. It's a 5-5 or 5-1-1 Omri organic mix, and it's basically just ground up fish poop, that sort of thing, fish guts. So I thought I can use this because this stuff is so concentrated, and I've got nearly a full bottle after a year of having this stuff. I mean, you don't use very much of it. So my idea was to spray as much of that fish fertilizer on my lawn as I could, and I thought that would be a great organic way to fertilize. It does smell a little bit, but it doesn't smell for very long. You know, the smell will be gone in a day or two. So the best way I could come up with as far as putting the stuff on my lawn is a hose end sprayer. This type of hose end sprayer, you just put your solution in here, whether if you're using chemicals or organics or whatever you're using, you just put it in here, and you can set this little dial here to do you know, ½ an ounce per gallon, an ounce per gallon, 2 ounces, all the way up to 8 ounces per gallon. So what I'm going to do, this stuff is quite thick, so I'll probably mix it about 50-50 in the hose end sprayer container here. That way it doesn't have any problem sucking it up through the tube. So I'll mix it 50-50 in here, and then I'll probably end up doing something like 4 ounces per gallon, which will be a pretty good, that'll put it on, you know, pretty thick, which is what I want. So I really think it's going to do great things for the lawn, for the trees, and everything else that we really need to condition this soil better. Because the previous owners, as everybody else out there, just about everybody else, uses chemical fertilizers. So, you know, I'm pretty positive that the previous owners were using chemical fertilizers because they don't put any organic matter back into the soil, and the soil has no organic matter in it. So that's how I'm pretty much positive that they use chemical fertilizer, as most people do. So anyways, I wanted to let you guys know, and hey, I'll show you the results later on this summer. Hey, look, mushrooms.